Welcome back. Well, we have our two friends with us, longtime friends, Shirley Witt, of course, with the Florence Sylvester Senior Center, and I'd like to welcome back Tim Bryant of Nest Egg Investments.
Thank you.
Good to see you both. Haven't seen you in a while.
Been a little while. Seems like I'm only here when Shirley's here. So.
It seems. But it's great to have you here.
Thank you.
And I know you're going to be doing an upcoming workshop that we'll get to in just a moment. And you got a few things you're going to talk about. Oh, by the way, the March guide.
The March newsletter's out, so please stop over at the Senior Center and grab your newsletter. It tells you everything that's going on for the month, and then some. And our menus for the month also are in there.
Right,
so.
exactly.
We have a couple things going on at the Senior Center. One of them is living with hearing loss with
What?
and I fall for it.
You felt it.
With Dr. Stephanie Rose. She is very good. She has come over to the Senior Center before and done some screenings, and the seniors absolutely love her.
Great.
They love her. So she's going to be talking about the different types of hearing aids that are out, hearing loss, and how important your hearing loss is to your balance.
Mm-hmm.
We have balance and mobility classes, and the teacher was saying that we're going to collaborate because people are in there that have lost their balance, don't know why, and a lot of it is from the hearing loss.
Yeah.
And if you get help with your hearing loss, your balance is much better. So
Exactly, yeah.
that's going to be on March 8th at the Senior Center at 1 o'clock. So just give us a call so we know how many tables and chairs to set up. And then on the 22nd of March, it's a little ways away yet, but we're going to have a free housing resource workshop. The seniors are calling, about rentals, all sorts of things. And this is, the free housing workshop is going to be talking about credits, tax credits, housing, the housing market, low-income housing, regular rentals, all sorts of things. And so it's on March 22nd at 1 o'clock in the Senior Center. You learn about fair housing, the rights, and affordable rental resources. So we're going to be having counselors there to talk to people. So as usual, sign up at the Senior Center.
Okay. And
we have
Mr.
Tim
Bryant is here. Now, go ahead.
We have Tim Bryant, who's been a great colleague with the Senior Center for many, many years. And we've gotten together on creating a special personal organizer. So I think it's going to be a great seminar. Tim, you want to tell them a little bit about it?
Sure. An organizer that we used to call this the contingency notebook. A lot of people said, what do you mean contingency? What does that really refer to? So we kind of changed the name, but we have pretty much the same information in here that we've been talking about for several years. It's a life organizer, and it's a booklet that somebody can actually come to the workshop and walk away with.
Okay.
And we will, during the workshop, be happy to talk about what to put in this. And we're talking about things like your legacy information, your genealogy, service information.
Oh, fantastic.
Memorialization, organizations to be contacted. There's a lot of things that people don't realize. For example, the automobile, maybe the car has a loan on it, and somebody needs to call the people and tell them, look, this is done. We need to do something. You need to work with us on this because this loan is outstanding.
May I look at the booklet?
Yes, absolutely. Well, I'll give you both of these here. And we'll also talk about the loved one's letter. We'll talk about a letter that you can write and how to write it to the family. We'll talk about how to talk about checking accounts, naming where they are. Maybe a person has 5 different banks they're dealing with and 8 different accounts. And a big one is always the safe deposit box. The key is somebody's name on that box, because if that's not, even though they have a key, they're not getting in for a while.
Exactly.
There's some gotchas in this whole process of leaving information for your loved ones that they need to be able to carry on. They're going through enough stress anyway.
There is. And what's interesting here is this is not complicated information.
No.
It's basic, but it's collaborating it and letting somebody know, a couple people know about all these different things that you just talked about and how important it is. Because if something happens to someone, maybe they come incapacitated for whatever reasons, someone can get their hands on this information and how important it is to have all this.
Another big thing is your pets. What do you do
Right,
with your pets?
exactly.
And what veterinarian, did you use? Things like that. So everything is covered in this notebook. Everything is covered.
And military service is another one.
Right, because they may be eligible for things
That's
like
right.
That's
There are
exactly
benefits
right.
they need to know about.
Yeah,
So-
very, very important. And you talked about the bank accounts. So you might have several. I know you have your Cayman Islands account.
And they're all
So,
in mine. Yeah, all 7 of them.
Yeah, all 7 of them are there. But another thing I want to ask you about, because I know you obviously deal with this with nest egg investments and all, is people who may not have thought about setting up a will and/or, more importantly, a trust.
Yes.
I think a trust is probably more important, right?
Depends on the size of the estate.
Yeah.
The purpose of a will is to take the estate through probate.
Right.
The purpose of a trust is to keep it out of probate.
Exactly.
But the cutoff is $150,000 in assets. Or if you have a home, you definitely want a trust.
Sure.
Because you don't want that going through probate.
And that's something you can help with?
Well, I'm not an attorney, so I don't do that, but I have a team of people that I work with,
Right.
attorneys and accountants and whatnot, that certainly can give that advice.
All right, because I know how important all that is. But this is fantastic. When is this going to be now?
Next Tuesday, the
Okay.
8th.
Tuesday the 8th.
That's right.
And 1:30. You need to call again because, it fills up, especially something like this one, 949-380-0155. And this should be something you should all go to. And what's nice is that you're going to have everything there, so you can go step by step with folks, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
And we'll
you'll
take
be
questions.
there. You'll be there.
Sure. Yeah, I need to do something like that. You don't think at certain ages, you don't think that I need to
Right.
be doing this.
Right.
And I think that's the problem.
That's a problem. And there's a lot of steps and a lot of information in it, but if you just take, one day at a time and fill it out, because
There you go.
it is so important. It is so important.
Yeah.
How many times do we get phone calls at the senior center with seniors or children of seniors who don't have the slightest idea where to go and which way to go, when something happens to their parents. So
And oftentimes, there will be a problem with the children. Because again, if there's 3 children, I'll guarantee you one of them is not going to agree with the other 2.
Yeah,
So if it's not in writing, then you let them duke it out.
and that's not
We don't
good.
want that.
No.
Yeah.
Good information, definitely. And again, the booklet is here, and you can come by and go by the Florence Sylvester and pick one up, and all the different things are there, including all the menus, and I'm sure you're going to have something from St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You and Cheryl.
Cheryl and
always.
I will be dressed up as leprechauns.
There you go. We want pictures.
Oh, okay, you'll get them.
I thought maybe you wouldn't dress in green so you'd get pinched.
Well, that's a good idea.
That is a good idea. All
So
right.
let that one go.
All right. Hey, good to see you
Thank
again.
you.
It's
Thank you so
always
much,
a pleasure. Always good to see
Thank you, hon.
Say hi to Cheryl
I
for
will.
me.
I will.
Okay, we'll see you next time.
Okay.
So again, this is Create Your Own Life Organizer. It's going to happen on Tuesday, March 8th. That's next Tuesday. Please, at 1:30. Please call them at 380-0155. And I've known Tim for years. He's a great guy. This is going to be a great seminar here. He can walk you through all the steps. And it's kind of
Right.
nice. Very good.
We'll do it.
Good to see you both.
Thank
All
you.
right,
Thank
we'll
you.
be right back. I'll show you.